Hey guys, so this is another project I brought home. This is a Craftsman straight shaft weed eater, and I have no idea if this thing works or not. It's sat outside all of its life, it looks like. It's pretty weathered. Everything on it is rusted out or crispy. Kill switch is stuck. This primer bulb cracked when I touched it. And this throttle cable is completely stuck. It's not moving. So we're gonna have a little fun taking this one apart and cleaning it, seeing if it runs. I can tell you right now, when I pulled on this cord before I got it home, it felt like the compression was weak on it. I don't know. Some of these Craftsmans have the Incredipull system on it, so this one could be one of them, but I don't know. The starter fluid will tell me everything. It's missing the air cleaner cover, if I haven't mentioned already. I'm gonna have to find one. But yeah, let's go ahead and shoot starting fluid into this thing and see if it'll run. Alright, starting fluid is loaded in the carburetor. So let's pull on the rope and see if I hear it burp. Wow, that's a good sign. Excellent. So the ignition system works. So let's continue forward and take it apart. Okay, so I got part of it apart. Look at those fuel lines. They're rock hard. That one's kinked, so it's bound to break. Good thing I have new fuel line on hand. This one's got a Walbro carburetor on it. It's pretty common with MTD products. I'll tell you though, these mosquitoes, they really like me. Since I brought this trimmer home, they got attracted to this thing a lot. Probably because of the stale gas of what's left in the tank. Yeah, I don't care about these fuel lines. I'm going to throw them away. And that's why I don't just, for this particular project, that's why I'm not going to just go straight to putting gas in it, even though that it was running off of the starter fluid. I just don't trust these fuel lines at all. And there's the air box. Well, that's part of it. What does this line connect to? Well, let me flip this over. Okay. Oh, this must be the fuel line, or fuel filter rather. Okay, well, I'll pull it out through the top, I think. Nice. Ugh. Man. Hey, there's a fuel retainer. There is a retainer in there. See that? So I gotta get that out. I don't have pliers. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got that retainer out, but it was too brittle and it just broke into pieces. Got the carburetor out. I'm gonna have to remove these crusty old fuel lines, and I got the fuel filter out. So I'm gonna have a fun time trying to get the fuel line off this nipple. And later we'll dive into this carburetor and see what's what. If you can read upside down like I can, this engine is from this thing. Excuse me. This trimmer's from 2004, so that makes it about 20 years old. So I've been using this stuff off camera on the kill switch, and it feels good. Now it It's not one of those self-retracting switches, so you will have to turn it on and off yourself, but it works good now. I haven't gotten much done besides that. I'm still working on these fuel lines. Okay, so we got the fuel filter out. So let's work on the carburetor now. Look at this. Completely petrified. Well, the rocker arm moves. That's good, at least. Let's take the back off and check the pump side. Here's the pump side open. If you focus, screen looks pretty good. Let's go and shoot some cleaner through this. I'm not going to take the rocker arm off. I'm just going to spray directly into the screen there. So I sprayed it with that, and feel this, the choke cleaner is moving through the screen, so we're good on that. Well, I have a diaphragm for an echo. I did compare the two, and this one's actually got the short stem on it, if you can tell. Focus. Come on. Come on. There we go. Oh, just had it for a split second. There we go. So that's the short stem. And this one's the short stem. So even though that these do mount differently, if I can get 3, oh, that'll fit fine actually. It's just that that fourth one won't line up, but I could care less. This one was in my Echo PB200, so it's got some use on it, but it's still usable. It's still kind of flexible. So we'll put this one in the Craftsman trimmer. That way I am not spending any money on it yet. And I do have some fuel line as well, so we can redo the fuel lines and be done. And then we'll put some gas in it and try it out. Alright, the diaphragm fit. It's right here. See that little piece sticking out? But it fits, so that's what matters. We're gonna go ahead and put it in. I got the fuel line ready. So one of the fuel line holes are different than the other. I thought they would take the same size line as this, but I have extra fuel line that is smaller that will fit right in here. Now this particular weed eater uses 4 fuel lines, so I'm not going to film the process. It's just too complicated, and I'm going to make mistakes along the way. So, alright, well, I'm having a little trouble with the fuel lines. I don't have the correct size, so I'm going to have to leave you at part 1, go to part 2.